Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we are gonna dive deep into the world of Taylor Swift.
It's exciting.
I think this will be a fun one.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna extract some interesting life lessons that go beyond just like her catchy tunes and her hit songs. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot to learn. She's had such a fascinating journey from this, teen country star to this global phenomenon, and really a powerhouse musician and businesswoman and advocate.
Yeah. Let's start with one thing that really stands out to me about her, and it's her authenticity. And, even at 16 years old, she was drawing from her own experiences with songs like Tim McGraw, high school, dealing with young love.
Right.
And she was just real. She wasn't trying to be some manufactured pop persona. It was a relatable storytelling.
It's funny because it seems so obvious in retrospect, but she really did something kind of revolutionary. Because at that time, especially in pop music, everything was so focused on chasing trends, but she leaned into her own vulnerability. And that resonated with so many people. It's almost like a reminder to all of us that being genuine, letting people see the real you, that's how you build a loyal fan base. And honestly, that's crucial in any field, not just music.
Yeah, totally. How often do we feel pressure to fit in, to be someone we're not? And, Taylor was topping the charts singing about her own heartbreak, teenage dramas, all of that stuff. So it's almost like this giant permission slip to just be ourselves.
Exactly. And I think that's a big part of what hooked people in. It wasn't just the catchy melodies, but the honesty in her lyrics. It was like she gave her fans this window into her world, into her emotions. And that's what creates that real connection. That's the power of authenticity. It builds trust and loyalty.
Yeah, for sure. And then let's talk about this whole evolution thing. It's amazing to me. She shifted gears, went from country to pop with 1989, and then explored even indie folk. Most artists wouldn't even attempt those kinds of transitions.
Right.
Let alone pull them off successfully.
I know. It's remarkable how she's managed to navigate those different genres. And what's interesting is that it's not just a one-time thing. It's like a pattern with her. She's constantly evolving, experimenting, pushing her own boundaries, even when it means risking losing some fans along the way.
Right.
Because, whenever you try something new, you're going to alienate some people. But she's not afraid to take those risks.
I think it's a good lesson for all of us. Change isn't something to fear. It's an opportunity to grow. Right. And we all face those moments in life where we need to adapt, whether it's in our careers, relationships, or just how we see the world.
Totally.
Taylor's journey is like a masterclass in embracing change and using it to level up.
It's all about having a growth mindset. She's not defining herself by what she did yesterday, but by what she's capable of tomorrow. It's about constantly learning, trying new things.
Yeah.
And never letting yourself get stuck in a box.
Yeah. It's inspiring. But it's important to remember it hasn't all been smooth sailing for her, right? We've all seen the very public struggles, the high-profile breakups, the constant media scrutiny. She's lived a lot of her life in the spotlight.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where her songwriting takes on this whole other dimension. Instead of letting those experiences break her, she uses them to create art that resonates with millions of people. Think about All Too Well, arguably one of her most raw and emotionally charged songs. It's a perfect example of turning pain into something powerful and relatable.
Right. Yeah, and it's so powerful. She gives us permission to feel those things deeply. The heartbreak, the anger, the sadness. But then she shows us how to channel those emotions into something creative, something that can help us heal and grow.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we all go through those tough times. And it's not about pretending that those experiences didn't happen. It's about how we choose to respond to them, how we use them to shape who we become.
Yeah, and then on top of all that, she's become this incredible advocate, standing up for herself and for other artists. That whole battle with her former record label, over owning her masters, huge turning point, I think.
Yeah.
Not just for her career, but for the whole music industry.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a landmark case. And she showed incredible courage, taking on a powerful system like that. And it set a precedent for artists' rights across the board. Really shifted the conversation around ownership and creative control.
Yeah. And it didn't stop there. She's been so vocal about equal pay, gender equality, LGBTQ plus rights. She's using her platform to amplify voices that need to be heard.
Right.
To fight for causes she believes in.
And what's inspiring is that it goes beyond just talking about these issues. She's actually using her influence to make a tangible difference.
Yeah.
To create real change.
Yeah.
And that's something we can all learn from, no matter our platform or reach. It's about finding those ways to make a positive impact in our own communities, in our own spheres of influence.
I love that. And, for someone who's achieved such massive success, it's refreshing to see that she also celebrates the smaller victories. I mean, sure, she's got shelves full of Grammys, but she also makes time for those more intimate moments with her fans, like those secret sessions she used to do, inviting them into her home to hear her new album before anyone else.
Oh, yeah, those were so cool. It's a reminder that success isn't just about those big, flashy milestones. It's about appreciating the journey, the connections we make along the way, those little moments that bring us joy and fulfillment.
It's like she's saying, hey, let's not forget to celebrate the small wins, the everyday successes. It's about finding those moments of gratitude,
Yeah.
recognizing our own progress, appreciating the people who support us.
Right, and those smaller victories can actually fuel us to achieve those bigger goals. It's about building momentum, staying motivated, reminding ourselves that we're capable of amazing things.
Yeah. So what are you celebrating today? Big or small, it all matters. Take a moment to appreciate those wins, because they all add up to something meaningful. Even with all this success, it's easy to forget that Taylor Swift is human, just like us.
Oh, totally. We often put celebrities on this pedestal, but she's faced real challenges, made mistakes, and grown from them, just like anyone else.
Yeah, it really makes you realize, that even global superstars are navigating life just like we are. They deal with the same emotions, same struggles, same need to find their place in the world.
Right, absolutely. It's almost like Taylor's journey gives us this roadmap, it shows us that it's okay to be vulnerable, to embrace change, to use our experiences, both the good and the bad, to fuel our growth.
Yeah, it's a reminder that inspiration can come from anywhere, even a pop star's career. And sometimes those unexpected sources offer the most profound insight.
For sure. So, as you go about your day today, think about which of these lessons from Taylor Swift resonated with you most. What's one small step you can take to embrace your authenticity, to adapt to a challenge, or to turn a difficult experience into something positive?
Yeah, great question to ponder. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Taylor Swift. It's been a blast exploring the life lessons behind the music.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.